Jadhav, Assistant Professor of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. So in the today's session, we will see Git and GitHub commands. So at the end of this session, the student will able to learn what is Git, architecture of Git, Git commands and GitHub commands. So basically, Git is a popular version control system. It was created by Linus Torvalds in 2005 and has been maintained by Junio Hamano since it is used for tracking code changes, tracking who made changes, coding collaboration. So as you can see in this particular diagram, it's architecture of Git. You can see the Git is a local repository. It will consist of three different stages. The first one is working directory, second one is staging area, and third one is local repository. So once you have added the code into the working directory, working tree, it is called as an untracked files of code. And when you are converting untracked file into the tracked file, it will be staging into the area. And once we have committed the file, it will go into the local repository. So once we have added or committed the changes into the local repository, finally you are going to add this code into the remote repository. So this is all that we have discussed earlier. So now to add the code into the local repository, firstly we need to install git bash in your local machine. For that you can go through this particular website gitscm.com. For Windows, Mac operating system and Linux, each one contains some different steps that you have to follow for the installation of the Git on your local machine. So these are the commands that we have to execute practically, and we will see how to add the files into the local repository by using git bash. Let's see these all commands practically. So basically I already installed the git bash. So when you are opening the git bash, you can see this screen will be appeared. Okay, open it. Okay, so this screen will be visible now. Now we have to create one folder where we can create our files. So let's go to the E drive and I'm creating here one new folder. The name I'll give is git demo. Okay, open that folder and you can click over here and add git bash here. So basically in this way you have to open the file. So before creating a folder, you can open it, but it will not going into the particular folder. So you can do the same process what I have done. Okay, so initially you have to perform you have to create the git repository. For that we have the command git init. So initially the .git command we have used to create the local repository over here. Now we have to create a file. For that we have the command touch a.txt. So simple, I have given the name to the file touch.txt. As you can see over here, the file is created a.txt now. So just make the changes into the file over here. So this is first line. Save the file. Okay, once you have saved the file, what you have to do, this file is appeared into the working tree structure. You can see here, this is the working tree structure. Here the file is appeared now. Now what we have to do, we have to add this into the staging area, and for that we have the command that is git add and file name. But before going to this, we can check the status of the file. For that we have command git status. Now you can see here a.txt is a file which is untracked file. Now what we have to do, we have to add it into the staging area, and for that we have command git add your file name a.txt. So we have added it into the staging area. You can again check the status, git status. You can see the file becomes green now. The meaning is that your file is added into the staging area. Now what we have to do, we have to add this file staging area to the local repository, and to add the file into the local repository we have the command git commit -m for message. This is first commit. Okay, so now your file get added into the local repository. Again you can check the status. So you can see nothing to commit over here. Now this process we have done, where we have added the file into the local repository. Now what we have to do, we have to add it into the remote repository. For that what we have to create account of GitHub here. So basically I already created the account of the GitHub over here, and I have created the project name, that is sample project over here. So now what I have to do, you have to first clone that project into your local repository, then you can make the changes into the same file also. So basically if you want to clone the project, what you have to do, you have the command that is git, you can see here there is a command git clone and your GitHub URL. So let's see the execute this particular command git clone, and you have to enter the URL. To enter the URL, firstly you have to copy the URL here. So I have copied over here, and control V is not working over here, so you can use paste option, okay, and enter. So you can see the project is cloning into the git demo. Now you can see this into the git demo, this project is cloned over here. Now suppose if you want to make the changes into the particular folder, you can make the changes over here. So suppose I have make the changes in the a.txt file, so I can add this is second file and control C. Now go to the git bash, and firstly you need to go to the folder that is sample project, cd sample project, okay. And now we have to perform the git add operation to add your data into the local repository. For that, firstly you can check the status, git status. You can see a.txt file is modified, so we need to add it. For that, git add a.txt, okay, and you can again check the status. See, this file is added. Now commit it first, git commit -m and double quote, this is second commit, okay. So in this way we have committed the file. Now we have to push that file into the remote repository. To push the file into the remote repository, we have the command git push and your URL name. So we already copied the URL previously, okay. So you can push the file over there. Now you can see this file into the next. You can see here total 3 files are there that they told over here, that is. Now let's see if the changes are happen over there or not. So you can see here whatever the message we have entered, that is this is second commit, it is visible, and you can see the line which is changed in the local repository we can see over here, okay. Now let's see, suppose we want to pull that code from again at the very first stage only we are going to do the clone operation. Now we have to perform the pull operation, and pull operation is performed when we want to access the files from remote repository to the local repository. Now make changes into the file. This is third file from remote, okay, and make commit the changes over here. Now we have to pull that file into the local repository. For that we have command git pull and in double quote same URL that you have to paste, okay. So actually copy the URL. So for copying the URL, go to the sample project. Here you can copy the URL. Okay. Double quote and paste it. Okay. Enter. Yes, so we'll got the file. Now you can see the file over here. This is third file from the remote repository. So in this way we can perform clone, pull, push operation in the GitHub, and certain whatever the operation that we have studied in Git and GitHub, these operations are used daily basis in the IT industry when you are working in the project. So pause the video and write your answer, student. Which command is used to create new branch and which command is used to create the new file in Git bash? So the first answer is to the command which is used to create a new branch is git branch name, and to command which is used to create a new file in Git bash is touch file name 1, file name 2. You can add or you can create any number of files over here. So thank you all of you. That's it for the today. Have a good day.